on AM Business this week, I've got a question. Which business can give you a reward of 8,000 Ghana cedis with an investment capital of 5 in 24 hours? Well, it's lottery, but imagine you won this and find out the operator has absconded with your wins. Well, the National Lotteries Authority is working to curb such big happenings by legalizing all lotto operators across the country. AM Business today takes a look at the industry and how operators are responding to this new directive.
As a first-time lotto staker, I totally had no clue how this process worked. I walk to a vendor, make a few inquiries, and I'm told what is available.
So we have 73. We want a counterpart of 73. So we subtract 45 for 73, which will earn us 28. So 28, each counterpart is 73. So when you come here, you see 28 and 73.
Oh, okay. But how often do people win this thing? How often do people win?
People do win, who do win a lot. Because we have 1 to 90 numbers, and each and everybody have its own plan. For instance, if you are working, you have your own plan. I have my own. My brother, everybody have his own plan. So at the end of the day, if you don't win, I will win. Somebody will win. So every day people are winning.
I then give out some random numbers, and we set the ball rolling. With the help of my friend Francis here, we just did the original 590 Lucky Tuesday. Now, we took 2 numbers, which they describe as the 2 sure, 67, 73. If you have your pen, you should actually write that down, you know. And so what it implies for me is, having used the National Lottery Authority's paper, my winnings are sure. When I should win with 1 Ghana cedi, I'm going to get 200 Ghana cedi. And having stick with the regulator, there's no way somebody's going to run away with my money. I would have to show up with this paper and take my winnings. So next time you are going out there and you want to see and try the original one, this is what it actually looks like, so that you can actually stick with the regulator and be sure that your winnings are protected. Play NLA Games guarantees player security, as players are assured of prompt payment no matter how big the win is. Unlike banker-to-banker operators who always abscond whenever there are big wins, or at best are likely to opt to pay paltry sums in the face of such big wins. So when it comes to staking the lottery, actually, what do people usually prefer, or yourself, what do you prefer, banker-to-banker or the NLA, and why?
For me, I prefer the NLA, but I go in for both the NLA and the banker-to-banker. I go in for NLA because when you win from NLA, your money is assured. Since I entered into the NLA business, the lotto business, I've never had somebody that won lotto from NLA and his money have not been here. He hasn't got his money. Any amount of money you win, so far as it is a genuine ticket, your money is assured and you receive your money. Just that banker to banker, because when you stake, you have a little commission from staking. If you want cedis from banker to banker, they pay 240 cedis. So I'm the staker, if I stake and I win and I'm going for the money, the writer will give me 220 cedis. But when you win that 1 cedi from NLA, you'll be given just 200 cedis. Oh, okay. So people watch these differences and they stay from the banker to banker. Okay. But the best advice I would give them to is go to NLA. Maybe you follow these 20 Ghana cedis, that is on the 200 cedis. You will go and you will receive that 200 Ghana cedi itself too. But if you win that 200 cedi from NLA, your money is assured, will be given to you anytime, whenever you want.
There have been instances where like people have run away with the monies of
the
banker to banker. Can you tell us a bit?
A lot. Just a year ago, even here, there was a friend here who used to write for people. He brought his own numbers out, 3 numbers. He gave to a lot of people to stake. They paid him. He went and closed. After the number dropped, he went in for the money and he ran away to South Africa. And up to date, he's not back in Ghana again. He's in South Africa. So he have used people's money to make life for himself. It do happen. It happened a lot. Even here, it has happened before.
Issues of fraud and non-payment have marred the industry, and that is why the National Lottery Authority is now seeking to bring all operators under one umbrella through a licensing regime. This move is expected to protect customers and streamline activities in the industry.
Now let's look at it. Previously, government was not getting any revenue from this operation, which, as you can see and tell, it's a large chunk of revenue that we have not been getting. By regularizing their current status, we bring them in line. They comply with the law, they are not breaking the law, and second, we are able to get revenue from them. And third, for the consumers or the customers who otherwise will stick with these people, and when they win, they'll go back and they have disappeared. It guarantees them that when they win, there will be payment of the win. And also, it gives us a database that allows us to know the total number of people that work within this industry and how we are able to get them to pay their fair share of revenue for national development.
Anyone caught operating illegal lottery is liable on summary conviction to imprisonment for a term of not more than 3 years or both. However, operators of the lottery explained that getting the banker-to-banker operators to join the NLA will be a challenge. According to them, the banker-to-banker is more lucrative in terms of commission and winning amounts paid to customers. For instance, a banker-to-banker operator takes a commission of 30% from daily sales, whereas the national lottery operator gets a commission of 17% monthly from the NLA, amongst other tax charges.
Formally, the price is equal, but when during the Rollins regime, when the VAT was introduced, and the NLA, the tax took almost 30% out of the winning of it. So that was the reason why they maintained the price before the introduction of the VAT. The banker-to-banker people maintained the price that NLA was paying at that time when the VAT was introduced. They maintained it. That's why, as at now, the price difference is very wide between the banker-to-banker people and the NLA. Because of the commission, because of the VAT that has been imposed on the NLA, that's the reason why the price difference is very big.
Okay, so let me get something clear. You are saying that for this to work, you think that they should make the winning prices equal?
Exactly so, yeah. And the commission, you see, as for the banker-to-banker people, supposing I'm a writer banker-to-banker, immediately I finish with my today's work, I will deduct 30% commission out of what I've out of the sales, the receipt I did that very day. Immediately, I will deduct the 30% out of it. But for the NLA receivers, it's not it was 20 point something, but now it has come to 70.5 or so. That's the commission the NLA pays to the receivers.
Go throughout the whole country. They are doing it. So bring more innovations into the system to attract the minds and the brains of the people so that they will bring their money to us. So we send it to you for development. The money that they are generating is for their private use. They will not use their income for the roads and the water and pay the police and pay the soldiers. No. It's their own business. But ours that we are generating is for national development. So what we are saying is bring more innovation to the system so that people will have confidence in us. But look, they win, you say you take percentage from their wins. The receivers do that, make the sales too. You have put more tax on their earnings. Meanwhile, they pre-finance the job. At the same time, their commission too, you have reduced it from 12 years or for 12 years and over, they are earning 25%. You have reduced it to 20%, and you have imposed 7.5% tax on their commission. How do you want them to survive?
But the taxes, the NLA says, is a source of revenue. In Ghana, the idea for legalizing the lottery was to help the districts generate revenue through license fees and taxes to government. This objective was not achieved, in that the private lotto operators failed to honor their obligations, resulting in a loss of revenue to the state over the period. Legalizing all operators, the regulator says, could generate up to 1 billion cedis in revenues.
I'm expecting that combined with the new vision and initiatives that we are bringing in terms of value-added services and the new generation kiosks, we are looking at between 500 million to $1 billion. That's the aim and objective. We are hoping that it will be crystal clear once we get the registration in.
In July 2011, the NLA fully automated its entire operations and in the process distributed 10,000 POSTs to its lotto marketing companies and retailers to dispense lotto tickets. But as part of efforts aimed at boosting efficiency and to expand the NLA scope of coverage, NLA machines would now have added services like payment of electricity bills and more to generate revenue for operators.
Panels. But currently we underutilize the device by only operating lottery or lotto on that device. The device is capable of paying. You can pay your electricity bill, you can pay your taxes, it can pay water, you can load your MTN phone. It can do so many things at that shop. So what we are doing is, and then also it can also be a point of payment system. So once you go there, and then it's also cash light. So it has a wallet within it. So once it's hooked to your phone, if you win, payment goes direct onto your phone. You can then cash within that shop. So it makes business very, very, very easy for everybody to have confidence within the system that we are using.
You do the banker-to-banker initially. So, what do you make of the new, directive that all of you should be legalized with the NLE?
Yeah, I think it's a very good opportunity for us as a private lotto. We move from the illegality that we are doing to move to the regularized system that I think the new DJ is bringing on board. And we are all in full support, and we really appreciate the new initiative. I think it's going to help us, and also not to help us only, it's also going to create jobs for the youth, because as we are doing the illegalities, we can't boldly come out to have our open office. We are hiding doing the business, and which we are not paying any tax to the to help the nation development. So I think now is an opportunity for us to pay our tax, to license, pay our tax to the government, to enable us or empower us to do good business as a private lotto companies.
So now what we are going to do is that I'm going to take numbers from him, and then I'm also going to try the banker-to-banker one here. Daddy here is going to actually do that for me. So, too sure, 1146. So my time with the lottery has come to an end, and we did the banker-to-banker with 1146. Now, the point is, as to whether the National Lottery Authority is going to succeed with getting all the illegal operators on board, we don't know yet. However, the success of it will mean that more revenue for the nation and for development. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that someone out there is out to buy tickets to try his or her luck to win some money. Others are sitting there probably imagining what they're going to do with their winnings, just like me. I'm going to be wondering if I'm going to win tomorrow, and if I should win, well, I'll be thinking of what to do with those winnings. Reporting for Joy Business from the Central District of Accra, my name is Sheila Tamaklo.
I guess the message is watch where you stake. You may not get your winning ticket if you like. But that's it for AM Business this week. We hope that you absolutely enjoyed it. Thanks to EcoBank, and Sheila will be here next week to bring us another edition, interesting edition of AM Business. Sheila Tamaklo. On to AM Talk, which is coming up right after this. Our guest, Abdulaziz Mohammed, is a member of parliament for Mion constituency. He never disappoints with the MPP's constitution. And Dr. Bernard Okoboy is a member of parliament for Lejokuku, who is, if you see him writing, is because he's got an SHS points that he's making sure he puts it down so he doesn't forget. Roland Walker with that conversation right here on the AM show. So do stay with us.